Welcome to Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news, trends, and insights from Littlefield Agency. Grab your coffee, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
And let's get to it. This is so weird without headphones on.
It's so weird with these hats on.
Can you hear us okay, Claude?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So first off, welcome back to another edition of Little Talks with Littlefield Agency. I am Samta Littlefield, and with me is...
I'm not going to do a Chris. Roop.
Cotton-headed Ninny Muggins Roop.
Yeah, that's right.
If it's an Elf reference for those that are listening and then may have not seen Elf in a while. If you are listening and not watching the video, it is totally worth just a quick view of the video. I've got a Santa hat on. It's a little tight. Sarah, I love what you're trying to do here. That's okay. If you want to see something that's super tight, just pan on over to Roop.
Super? Let me say, okay, so I have a big head. It's well known. My head is large. It barely fits any hat known to man. This slid right on, though. It felt fine.
But to our listeners, if you are not watching, stop what you're doing right now. At least go to the landing page.
Yeah.
And just look at Roop's Santa hat because it's amazing. His head is so large that his Santa hat doesn't fall properly and like naturally lay down behind his head.
Extra starch in the hat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's starched. We starched it for you.
Starched out.
It's amazing. So if you need a giggle, you need a good laugh, just look at you. And we love you. We're not making fun of you. You just look great. We actually had it up here on video, and I told Claudia, I was like, I can't look at that and take ourselves seriously. So there's a good laugh for your day. Roop, you were a good sport. A couple of housekeeping items. We have Ditch Witch in all day tomorrow. Huge, a series of meetings with their team. Really excited to see them as always. Soup's Giving on Friday, baby. Tell our listeners what Soup's Giving is.
It's Thanksgiving, but just with soups and bread. And we have pie. And they're pie.
We have pie.
And desserts, yeah. How long have we been doing this? 4 years?
I think it's 5.
This is 5 because we started it in COVID.
Right after,
so we used to do this insanely crazy catered Thanksgiving meal, and then we started to think about it, and I had a friend that inspired this. He was like, dude, how many like Thanksgiving meals do you have in that week period? Fair enough. And he did a Soup's Giving one year, and I said, this is genius.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, people love this meal.
Oh, yeah.
So we go to a bunch of different restaurants, get soups. I don't know where the bread is, but it is like the most ridiculous, amazing
Is it going to be from Gamble's again?
That's what it is.
So good.
Super good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And then the other update is, and I can't mention the company name. I was on a plane the last 2 days. Before I dive into that, I'm holding up a book. I just finished this. So I don't get to read very often at home because I have 2 young kids and our lives are hectic. But when I'm on a plane, I always read. And this is called The Science of Scaling by Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Blake Erickson. Wow. Really, really fascinating. Scaling businesses. How do you simplify your business? How do you drive more revenue? How do you do what you do even better than before? It's a fabulous book, so I'm passing that along to our listeners. And here's the thing. We flew into Chicago. We had a wonderful Monday, Tuesday. Mike Rocco, our creative director of 20 years, flew into Chicago, rented a car. On our way to this pitch, I won't tell you the city, but we were in Indiana. We stopped by South Bend, Notre Dame's campus. I haven't been there in 20 years. Claudia, you ever been there?
I didn't even know it was in Indiana.
Oh, Claude, that's okay.
I thought it was in like Boston.
It seems like it would be, right?
Right?
That's Boston College, but it's a Catholic university.
I have cousins that go there.
To Notre Dame? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're very smart. That's awesome.
Love it.
It's incredible. I haven't been there in 20 years. Rocco's never been there before. 47 degrees that day. All the leaves are still on the trees. Some of them are starting to fall. Said a prayer at the grotto. Walked campus. Got a T-shirt.
How about the Rudy statue?
We didn't go look at the Rudy statue. Rocco wasn't like super inclined, and I just wanted to be on campus.
That's so cool, though.
But it was so cool. And then we had dinner, and we pitched this company. They are awesome. Angie is her name. Angie. I hope you're listening to this. It was just the best Monday, Tuesday. We met with her team, Ryan and Marlene, had a great conversation, some good opportunity in 2026. So shout out to Angie and team. Really, thank you. I told her, thank you for the hospitality. You know how many times that we go and pitch somewhere and, someone can't make dinner and, we have one quick hour. She gave us a factory tour. We had an hour of, her and the 2 bosses' time. And it was just great. It was really, really nice. So Angie, shout out to you. And here we are. We have one episode next week before Thanksgiving. We're going to keep it really short and sweet.
Next week, yeah.
Get into that in a little bit.
This week too, honestly.
Let's get into what Roop is calling this stuff, our one and only topic. There's the bell.
We don't have headphones
The
on, so
distance
yeah.
bell.
Oh, yeah.
Here's
I
the
just
bell.
dinged it.
We're hearing the sound effects remotely. Yeah, so this was actually Sam's idea for a topic that he threw out, and it is
You go ahead.
entitled "'Tis the Season for Planning."
Hey, 'tis the season.
There's
There's your Christmas spirit. I love it. By the way, everyone up in Indiana has all their Christmas stuff out.
Can we talk about Christmas stuff real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Look, here's the thing. I like Christmas. I do. You should see my house at Christmas.
Where's the butt?
They have the coolest setup in their house.
you see?
It's
Okay.
so
Okay.
cool.
Verified by Claude.
Yeah.
What's the butt?
But there's been everyone's putting their stuff up like November 1.
But you know why?
What was crazy is our neighborhood, there was a contrast like November 1 of the Halloween, and then some people had
Christmas.
It's
Yeah.
insane because Maple Ridge does it crazy
Oh, they
for each
do
holiday.
crazy for Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Christmas, or the way that Thanksgiving falls this
Yeah.
year, it's so late. The Monday after Thanksgiving, it's December 1.
Exactly. Only a couple
We're
weeks
losing
to have
time.
your
Yeah. So
Christmas decor up.
I'm going to allow it this time. But it felt crazy to me that immediately, and look, not for nothing, Carrie's making me put up decorations Saturday, Sunday.
Love that, Carrie.
Thank
So,
you, Carrie.
Thank you, Carrie. That's wonderful.
I just feel like I should get through Thanksgiving before Christmas starts.
Well, and that's fine. I'm still going to celebrate Thanksgiving.
You're an exception to the rule. You do it all year round. If
I
your wife
really
let you.
would. Christmas in July is my favorite. Okay, this stuff.
So yeah, back to planning.
Back to planning. Back to the
planning
reason you all are here today
Yeah.
to listen to marketing trends and topics. Roop, go.
Yeah, that's correct. Planning, there's different areas of the agency do different kinds of planning. There's media planning, there's content planning for Claude and I. But usually that planning happens into third, early fourth quarter, and you're setting all your goals, all your direction for the next year.
And we really start planning with our clients September, early October. We have some clients with different fiscals, so some we do earlier than others. We have a few that we're wrapping up and presenting plans to here in the next, literally the next week.
Yeah.
And as I talk to a lot of prospects, I think it's important to note, and we've got our system, our clients are great. We're gearing towards the end of planning, and then we hit the ground running in the new year, is a lot of people that I talk to, there isn't a formalized system for marketing and media and content planning. Mm-hmm. And I think one thing that we've done really well in the last 2 years is how is media aligning with content and creative and marrying those two together. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because that's an important piece that we, quite frankly, didn't do 5 years ago.
Yeah, so Chris and his team would go off and do their media planning, and then we would go off and do our content planning. And we realized it's pretty siloed. And we realized a couple of years ago that these things might have some overlap and some opportunity. And so we've identified areas where that's been the case and made those adjustments. And I don't know how, I can't speak for Chris, but for content, I would say every year the planning process adjusts a little bit more.
Yeah.
As new data sources come online or we learn things from the previous year, AI evolves, it just changes. And so we have a process, but that process is continually evolving. And I think when we started not commingling, but kind of working in tandem and communicating better between the content team and the media team, that was another one of those evolutions.
A lot more synergies.
Yeah.
Through and through.
And like you said, it's different for every client. So, the way we may do this for one is not necessarily the way we would do it for another. It's very much tailored towards that client and their needs and their budgets and all that.
Their needs, their budgets, and their performance, right?
Yes.
We're looking back. How has this year been? Where are highs? Where are lows? How do we adapt accordingly? That's very important. And marketing KPIs, of course, I call them soft impressions, from impressions to clicks to eventually people converting, absolutely. But then how is it tying to the overall business? And a lot of agencies, at least that I talk to, that I know, they're so focused on media and marketing, and absolutely that's our job. But what is the revenue like? We were with this prospect yesterday. They've had a tough year. And that's hard, but how do you overcome that and how do you level up is the way that we kind of phrase it here internally. So business tied to marketing. And one reason that we're talking about this so late in the season too is
because we've been doing planning.
we have been in planning, and we touched on this, I think about 6 to 8 weeks ago, just saying happy, media and marketing planning season. But just in the sense of how are you gearing up and planning for 2026? If you're there, if you're in the thick of it, you're like, yep, this is my world right now. Kudos to you. Mm-hmm. If you haven't started or you're just now beginning, it's not too late because it's this evolution. You just hit on the word in the correct way. We get into February and March. To your point, AI changes. Macroeconomics may change. There are all exterior factors that play into the day-to-day marketing that we have to pivot and shift accordingly.
There's also, at least in content planning, that concept of the best laid plans. And, we may plan, we do. We plan 2026 and we know what we know what a perfect year would look like.
Yeah.
We almost never have a perfect year. So you have to also be a little flexible in that planning and accommodate that in your planning. So we usually will come up with, a couple dozen topics to tackle in some content form or another throughout the year. But we also have we've iterated and learned we need a bullpen of content that can jump in and fill a hole when something happens. Or sometimes you just have to adjust because the world changes.
Yep.
So even the plan, that's our marching orders. That's kind of our roadmap. That's our guide to success for the coming year. You still have to be flexible with it, though, as it rolls out.
One thing that, and a lot of agencies are starting to do this, and I think it's great, audience first planning, understanding where your audience is digesting media, what kind of content they're into. We invested in this tool in July. We've hit on it. All of our clients know this. Resonate Ignite. It's incredible. It's based off 250 million Americans, and that information and data is updated weekly. Yeah, really interesting insights.
They just released some. I didn't read the whole thing, but they released a whole pile of new data points yesterday. I saw
things are changing. We factor in sales cycles, right? A lot of the clients that we work with have complex sales cycles and have longer sales cycles. Mm-hmm. Sure, if we worked for Chipotle, we can see that an ad came through or an ad was served, and Roop bought a burrito. Are you a burrito or a bowl guy?
Bowl.
Yeah, bowl, right? Roop purchases bowl for $14.99. Boom, attributed sale. That's wonderful. And B2B, it's a little bit different. And with financial institutions and other business service offerings that we work with. So understanding that longer, complex sales cycle is super important. Content, lead nurturing. How do we get them to eventually convert? Even though they may look at a product page on today, November the 19th, they may not convert until March 19th, Claude's birthday. Happy birthday, Claude.
Thanks.
So we're factoring through that. We're working through it. And the biggest thing too, always be testing. We've hit on that before. Have hypotheses.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Hypothesis?
Hypothesis.
That's how I say it, I guess.
Have a hypothesis going into something that you're testing. We think that's super important. Oftentimes when we're presenting to prospective clients and to our current clients, we will show that we have been proven wrong. Yeah. We will say, oh, hey, there's a new platform that we can be serving on. We think it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. Ends up not performing, but here's the thing, actionable analytics. We're changing, we're adapting, and we see after a couple of weeks to a month that it's simply not serving, it's simply not performing well. We pause, we take that money, we shift into something that is actually driving conversions.
Yeah, that's real-time adjustments as you're moving forward.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole concept of kind of what's working versus what isn't is key in content planning. Very frequently, we'll have our content topic list for the coming year, and we'll kind of look at a couple because we're using a lot of data and a lot of analytics and a lot of personas and a lot of stuff to come up with this, and it's pretty scientific. And we'll look at one and be like, man, there's no way that one's going to do very well. This one's a turd. We should throw it out.
Yeah.
It's always fun to go back the next year and see how it performed. Quite frequently, it's better than you think.
Absolutely.
And the one that you think was going to dominate maybe didn't do as well.
Which informs future content topics.
So you trust the analytics, you trust the data, that'll guide you every time.
Absolutely. I love it. So here's the thing. You're in planning. You're gearing up for 2026. We know that. We know that you feel that. We feel it too right now. It's my favorite time of year, to be honest. But should you need help, should you need further thoughts, should you need a sounding board? Someone emailed me the other day saying, hey, I'm interested in a pretty significant media buy in the new year. What does that look like? We're having those conversations. Yeah. We're here for you. We know it's a lot. This prospect that we were pitching yesterday, the president asked us, he was like, how quickly do things move in your world now? And I was like, you have no idea. I was like, literally on a daily, weekly basis, we are pivoting and shifting. And that is the world that we live in, especially in marketing. So as things move super fast, you have your daily responsibilities, you're busy internally at your organization, tap into an agency, lean into your agency partner. These people should be guiding and leading you to help you get better media marketing and business results.
At a minimum, it's a good second set of eyes.
It's a good second set of eyes. Yeah. I absolutely agree. Okay. That hat is still stiff and...
I don't know how.
Alert and on top. Again, if you haven't seen the video, just real quick, just tap into this video. Look at this guy. You look so happy, though. Look at
There's been a lot of laughing.
I let you do so many things
episode.
to me that...
Should have seen when Chelsea walked by and looked at him. Anywho, we are going to catch you right before Thanksgiving. We know a lot of you are traveling. You've got family plans, you've got friends plans, Friendsgiving, Soupsgiving, all the givings. Yeah. 'Tis the season for it. We will catch you before the holiday break. As always, we appreciate our listeners. We appreciate Mr. Roop in putting up with just some fun times over here at the agency. And we will catch you next week before the holiday. Thank you all.
Adios.
And that's a wrap. We hope you found a spark of inspiration for your marketing strategy. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us at Littlefield Agency to keep the conversation going. Catch you next time.